Let's bring in our next guest from Selma, Poindexter Nut.
Oh,
hello, how's
hi.
it going, sir?
Going
Nice
really
to
well.
have you here. Poindexter Nut. Now, I've been to Selma many times. I don't know about Poindexter Nut. Tell me.
Well, we're a family-owned business. We're 3.5 miles west of town, so most people who drive into Selma don't really get out onto the to the west end there. But our business.
Well, people think it's all about grapes, but you think it's all about nuts.
Well, the nuts have been doing a lot better than the grapes.
I know.
The world demand is astronomical. Our business has been doubling every 5 years for the past decade and a half,
Wow.
and we cannot keep up with demand.
Now, do you grow all these nuts yourself?
I wish. We grow some of them ourselves, but we purchase nuts from about 300 farmers in the area.
All locally, right?
All south of Madera County and south.
Mm-hmm.
We get about a quarter of the crop down here, and we process them and ship them into 46 countries around the world.
I bet. Now, why is in the valley? Do the nuts grow better here? Is that why everybody seems to be getting into it?
They do. They've got some of the highest yields and highest quality nuts in the world right here in the Central Valley. The Central San Joaquin Valley grows 80% of the world's almond supply. It grows 1/3 of the world's walnut supply, and grows, I believe, roughly 1/3 of the world's pistachio supply as well.
Now, the reason you're so up on all these numbers is you grew up in this business, didn't you?
I did. It's
The Poindexter Nut Company's been around for how long?
The nut business has started in 1969. My grandfather worked in the nut industry since the 50s, but in 1969 he and my father started Poindexter Nut Company, so I'm third generation in the walnut business.
And is that in the same location as it is now?
Yes, 5414 East Floral, right there on Floral Avenue.
Wow. And how big's the operation out there?
Well, we're taking up all of 20 acres. We employ 200 people right now, and we as high as 350, but with some automation, we've cut that down a bit. But we figure that we're going to expand that again as we continue to grow our volume.
Now, did I hear that you started out in walnuts only?
Yes, we are a walnut grower and processor. We do package some other nuts to go with the walnuts. If you're going to sell walnuts to a supermarket, you can't say I only have walnuts. So you got to have walnuts, pecans, almonds, some cashews, some mixed nuts. The pecans that we have are also grown locally. The almonds are grown locally. Cashews, of course, are not grown.
Now, do you only package them up like this, or do you make other things out of them? Because I know that the almond milk and all the almond butter, all this stuff is going crazy right now.
We don't do any of the milks or butters at this time. Some of our customers do that. They do make a walnut milk over in China that is incredibly.
Have you tried it?
I have. It's one of the few walnut items I can have that doesn't cause a reaction.
Yeah, that's right. Because this is the most ironic thing ever. You grew up in the nut business. You run the nut business, but you're allergic to nuts.
I'm allergic to walnuts. Yes.
You're allergic to walnuts only?
Just walnuts.
Why? What's in a walnut that's different?
Well, the biggest problem I have is out in the orchard, the trees. Those
pollinating of it?
they just destroy me. But I do have some allergies from the tannins inside the skins. We have a process that alleviates a lot of those issues, but it's still a problem for me. When I go out in the plant, I've got to really cover myself up.
Do they give you a hard time about it?
I hear a lot of jokes about it.
I bet you do. Now, growing up on the walnut farm, though, you didn't notice at a young age.
Well, in addition to that, my dad was a professional rodeo cowboy, and I was also allergic to horse, cows, and hay. And so when I was about 2, my nose started running and didn't stop until I got to college.
Where'd you go to college at?
I went to Utah State University.
Okay, so not many nuts. I would
No.
assume there's some horses around there.
There are,
Uh-huh.
but that just wasn't my thing.
Chad's a rodeo clown.
Cowboy.
Okay, big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Wait a minute! Don't you knock those clowns? There's some tough guys.
Oh no,
too,
I got
right?
a lot of respect for the clowns.
So, what kind of rodeoing does your dad or did your dad do?
He did team roping, calf roping, and steer wrestling, where he'd jump off the horse onto the steer and wrestle to the ground. So I didn't get away with anything when I was a kid.
I would say I could think not. Yeah, he's pretty. He can wrap you up real quick, couldn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, your nuts, they're sold all through the Central Valley also?
We do sell them in some of the smaller stores. We just got this brand new line of packaging that we're
I think
introducing
it looks
here.
great.
Oh, thank you. We're introducing this at the produce show down in Anaheim next week, and we're hoping that some of the local stores pick us up. We have been selling in as many as 4,000 stores throughout the U.S., but not that many in California, and of course quite a few countries we ship to as well.
I think you already know what's going to happen when you go to that trade show in L.A.
I hope it happens.
Yeah, I think you're onto something here. This beautiful packaging. I think it'll look great on the shelf. How expensive are we looking at for a package of some of these?
Well, I know what I sell them for. The supermarkets have their own markup, and everyone's a little different. But you figure walnuts right now are at an all-time high price, and even still, say $7.99 for a 1-pound bag, or even $8.99 for a 1-pound bag. Historically, it sounds like a high price, but you got to figure that it's got a lot of calories in it, healthy calories. They're not going to make you fat, but they're going to fill you up, and
Right.
and on a value basis, it's a better deal than steak. It's a better deal. It's a better deal than a Big Mac.
No, John.
I'm just talking calories per
we
dollar.
We went to McDonald's the other day. It was $4 for a Big Mac. I said, keep it. No, I'll tell you something. To the vegans and vegetarians out there, these walnuts, this is like meat to them.
That'll keep you alive for a day and a half. Enough calories to keep a person like you alive for a day and a half.
And we're coming into baking season. A lot of people are going to be doing some baking. Now, Poindexter Nut, can people go by there and check out your...
We have a country store on the premises, and I know you love giveaways, so if anyone that does want to come into our store, if they just say they saw us on Central Valley Buzz, we'll give them grower pricing.
Whoa!
Nice.
Whoa!
We are very, very committed to this area. One of the reasons that we've expanded our plant, in addition to having so much more production here, over half of the grown
In the south part of the state, we're getting shipped all the way across the other part of the state to be processed. Why are we exporting all of our just Sacramento or Chico or Yuba City when we have people down here that need to work? We'd like to see those nuts stay here, get processed here, and then we'll ship them out.
I like him. All right. I want to thank you very much for coming by. Poindexter Nut, right there in Selma. Go by and see him at...
5414 East Floral. We're 3.5 miles west of Walmart.
Let me ask you one thing before we take off. You guys are at a website, right?
Yes, we do.
Can you order off that?
Yes, you can.
And can you ship them to people around the world?
We can. We ship them all over.
Christmas presents for the people that I know around the United States this year. Poindexter Nuts. Thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you.
Very cool.